So which one of the following minerals is a source of P in the soils? Apatite, calcite, gypsum, magnetite. So the answer is apatite. So these are the related questions. Source of Mg is dolomite. Calcite is principal constituent of limestone and marble. Gypsum is high in both calcium and sulfur. And magnetite is very rich in iron content. What is the contribution of agriculture and allied sector to the country's GVA 2019 to 20? Less than 10, 10 to 15%, 15 to 20%, less than 10%, 20%. So the answer is 15 to 20%. And these are the related questions. Union Agriculture Minister is Sri Narendra Singh Tomar, right? So he have inaugurated the National Conference on Agriculture for Kharif Campaign 2021 on 30th April 2021. Okay. So the target for food grain production is 307 million tons for 2021 to 22. Production of food grains in 2020-21 is 303.34 million tons, which is over 1.96 higher than the previous year output, that is 297.5 million tons, 50 million tons in 2019-20. So the share of agriculture in GDP increased from 17.8% in 2019-20 to 19.9% in 2020-21. So the pulses and the oilseed production are 24.42 and 337.3 million tons respectively. FMD is caused by, so the answer is virus. These are the poultry diseases: roundworm, tapeworm, internal parasite, coccidiosis in chicken, that is protozoan, typhoid, fowl cholera, diarrhea as bacteria, bacterial diseases, Danica disease and Marek diseases, virus diseases, mad cow diseases, plants. Aspergillus is caused by fungal diseases, rickets is caused due to vitamin D deficiency, Terracing is caused due to vitamin B12 deficiency, that is riboflavin, and parakeratosis is caused due to zinc deficiency, osteomalacia is caused due to phosphorus deficiency, and anemia is caused due to iron deficiency. And these are the viral diseases: swine fever, FMD, foot and mouth diseases, blue tongue, leukosis, Marek's. And fungal diseases are bronchomycosis, brood pneumonia, and protozoan diseases, coccidiosis and thaliariasis. So these are the bacterial diseases: anthrax, black water, Brucellus mastitis, pneumonia, tuberculosis, typhoid. So these are the diseases in poultry. Bacterial diseases are fowl cholera and diarrhea, viral diseases, Danica and Marek's, protozoal diseases, coccidiosis, nutrition diseases, nutritional group, vitamin A deficiency, rickets, vitamin D deficiency, colitis paralysis, it is due to vitamin B12 deficiency. And what is the basic consumption unit for most consumer goods? Organization, individual, unitarian, and household. So the answer is household. And consumer goods are also known as final goods. In an economy, production, consumption, and exchange are carried out by three basic units, that is the firm, the household, and the government. Household makes a consumption decision and owns factors of production. So area receiving average annual rainfall greater than 1150 mm are categorized as dry farming, dryland farming, dryland agriculture, rainfed farming. So the answer is rainfed farming. So dry farming is cultivation of crops in areas where rainfall is less than 750 mm. So dryland farming is rainfall receiving above 750 mm, and rainfed farming is region receiving more than 1150 mm. Galactose is also known as grape sugar, fruit sugar, brain sugar, malt sugar. So the answer is brain sugar. Fruit sugar is F2F, that is fructose, and malt sugar is M2M, maltose, malt sugar. Malt sugar is found in germinating grains and other plants and vegetables. Stuff of life refers to carbohydrates. Simplest form of carbohydrates is, these are the questions from biochemistry, right? And aldehyde and ketone groups. Which monosaccharide is majorly found in the human body? So the answer is D-type. Most abundant biomolecule on the earth is. So the answer is carbohydrate. Digitone and SA. So the answer is glycoside. Examples of epimers. So the answer is glucose and galactose. Example of monosaccharide is galactose. Example of disaccharide, maltose. Example of triose, the answer is glyceraldehyde. Lactose is a disaccharide of glucose and so the answer is galactose. What are the three common disaccharides? So sucrose, lactose and maltose are three common disaccharides. Common table sugar is sucrose. Major sugar in milk. Lactose. Product of starch digestion. So it is maltose. Glucose plus galactose gives lactose. Glucose plus fructose gives sucrose. Glucose plus glucose gives it will be maltose. Terracing is an effective method of soil conservation in desert areas, plain areas, hilly areas, riverine areas. So the answer is hilly areas. What is the ploughing done at the right angles to the hill slopes, ridges and furrows so that the elevation prevents soil erosion by wind and water? So the answer is counter ploughing. Zing terrace is also known as conservation bench terrace, CBT. So conservation bench terrace is also known as zinc terrace and flat channel terrace. This is another type of rainfall multiplier using part of the land surface as catchment to provide additional runoff onto level terraces on which crops are grown. Counterbund is practiced in which types of soils? So the answer is light soil. Graded bund is practiced in which types of soils? So the answer is all soil types. And bench terrace is practiced in which type of soils? The answer is steep soils. Graded border strip is followed in which type of soils? The answer is deep alkali soil and related red soils. The following is a citrate and water insoluble P containing fertilizer: DAP, SSP, basic slag, rock phosphate. So the answer is rock phosphate. And solar energy can be converted directly into electrical energy with the help of photovoltaic cells, dry cells, rechargeable cells, battery. The answer is photovoltaic cells, right? Which of these are the bacterial zoonosis? Brucellosis, leptospirosis, listeriosis, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. So bacterial zoonotic diseases in animals are anthrax, brucellosis, bovine tuberculosis, listeriosis, salmonellosis, leptospirosis, cat-staph diseases, and psittacosis. The most suffered zoonotic bacterial infections in humans are transmitted via animal bites and scratches. So transmission of zoonotic virus may occur by the variety of routes. They may include direct contact, that is rabies virus for example, and through indirect contact, that is hantavirus and nosocomial Ebola virus. Aerosol transmission is SARS coronavirus, vertical in utero Zika virus, and vector anthropoid-borne diseases are yellow fever virus and West Nile virus. So these are the fungal zoonotic diseases in examples, that is dermophytosis, blastomycosis, aspergillosis, histoplasmosis, coccidomycosis, diarrheasis, pneumocystis, and so on. Okay. And sugarcane crop requires maximum water at germination stage, maturity stage, and growth stage, all of this. So the answer is grand growth stage. And for the rice, the sensitive stage of irrigation of water is panicle initiation and flowering. For wheat, it is crown root initiation and shooting and earing. And sorghum, it is booting, blooming, milking, and dove stage. For maize, it is dazzling, silking stages to elegant formation. Pearl millet, it is heading and flowering. Finger millet, it is panicle initiation and flowering. Groundnut, it is flowering, pig penetration, and seed development. For sunflower, 2 weeks before the flowering to 2 weeks after the flowering. For cotton, it is flowering and ball development. For chilies, it is flowering. For pulses, it is flowering and pod formation. And soybean, it is blooming and seed formation. And tobacco, it is immediately after the transplanting and knee stage. For citrus, it is fruit setting and enlargement stage. And banana, early vegetative period, flowering and yield formation. And for tomato, from the commencement of the fruit set. And for potato, it is tuber initiation to tuber maturity. And cabbage, head formation until it becomes firm. For carrot, it is root enlargement. So agriculture growth is very soon likely to be hampered by scarcity of man-made resources, international cooperation, natural resources, local coordination. So the answer is natural resources. And these are the key points. Agriculture production is limited by increasing the scarcity and diminishing quality of land, water, as well as by insufficient investment in sustainable agriculture. Man-made resources are the objects that are converted into accessible forms after changing their original forms. Examples of man-made resources include plastic, paper, soda, sheet metal, rubber, and brass. So examples of natural resources includes water, crops, sunlight, crude oil, wood, and gold. So international cooperation means business enterprise with manufacturing, sales, or services subsidiaries in one or more foreign countries, also known as transnational or international cooperation. The viral agent which produces typhoid fever, respiratory distress, nervous system and heart path disease in dog is canine distemper virus, ICH virus, rabies virus, ABH virus. So the answer is canine distemper virus, and these are the key points. Canine distemper virus is a viral disease that impacts the gastrointestinal, respiratory and central nervous system. So CDV can spread through direct contact, that is by licking, breathing, air, etc. and also by indirect contact by bedding, toys, food, balls, etc. Though it cannot live on surfaces for a very long time. Inhaling the virus is a primary method of exposure. There is no cure for CDV. So ICH is infectious canine hepatitis in dog. It is a common way. So it is infected by consuming the nasal discharge, saliva, feces or urine from the infected dogs, and dogs that have recovered from the disease shed the virus in their urine for at least 6 months, and these are the symptoms, that is fever, lethargy, impotence, vomiting, right, blue eyes. So these are the major clinical symptoms in dogs infected with ICH. ICH is infectious canine hepatitis. So the viral incursion body hepatitis, IBH, it is an adenovirus infection characterized by hemorrhages and dystrophic changes in the liver and kidneys. So you can see that, right. And IBH, that is mainly seen in poultry, and canine erlicosis is transmitted through the bite of bacterium carrying a parasite, that is brown dog tick. It is a vector parasite that is widespread in warm and humid areas of Australia, and its bite can be potentially fatal for the dogs. The symptoms include fever, decreased appetite, lethargy, bleeding. Some dogs also develop severe and rapid weight loss, swollen limbs, difficulty in breathing and blindness. So canine parvovirus is a virus that attacks rapidly dividing cells in the dog's body. It also attacks white blood cells and also causes cardiac problems. Symptoms includes lethargy, severe vomiting, loss of appetite, foul-smelling diarrhea, which lead to dehydration. The use of food additives is controlled by delniclos, delvercos, Recturul, supplementary regulatory norms. So the answer is delniclos. Coronavirus has emerged from Wuhan. So here they have given the spelling mistakes. The answer is Wuhan, WHAN. So COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new coronavirus called SARS coronavirus 2, WHO first launched, WHO World Health Organization first launched of this new virus on 31st December 2019, following a report of a cluster causes of viral pneumonia in Wuhan. Okay. It forms the self-propelled power unit as tractor, harrow, indigenous plow, rotavator. So the answer is tractor. India has set a target to phase out single-use plastics by 2030, 2024, 2035, 2022. So the answer is 2022, and the related questions are: in the event, the World Environment Day event, that is on June 1st, 2021, the PM Modi launched the E100 pilot project in Pune for the production and distribution of ethanol across the country, and the theme for Environment Day is promotion of biofuels for a better environment. So in environment unit, this is a summary. Target of achieving 20% ethanol blending in petrol has been preponed to 2025, and government has identified 11 sectors which can make good for the use of resource recycling, and Narendra Modi launched E100 pilot project in Pune for the production and distribution of ethanol across the country. Major irrigation project covers an area of 1000 hectares, greater than 10,000 hectares, 5k hectares and 200 hectares. So the answer is greater than 10,000 hectares. These are the key points. Major irrigation scheme are those schemes which have cultivable command areas of more than 10,000 hectares. So medium irrigation scheme is CCEA of 2,000 to 10,000 hectares, and minor scheme is areas up to 2,000 hectares. Okay. Next, which one of the following is an immobile nutrient in plants? Nitrogen, potash, calcium, iron. So the answer is calcium. And related questions, very immobile nutrient in plants is calcium. So very mobile nutrients in the soil is nitrate, nitrogen, sulfate, sulfur and boron. Okay. Moderately mobile in the soil is ammonia, nitrogen. Okay. Ammonia, nitrogen is temporarily immobile. Potassium, calcium, magnesium, molybdenum. So immobile nutrients in soil is organic nitrogen, phosphorus, copper, iron, manganese, zinc. So nutrient mobility in plants, very mobile or nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and moderately mobile or sulfur, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum, zinc. And immobile nutrients in plants are boron and calcium. Calcium is immobile. Okay.